This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. If you're a current subscriber, welcome. You definitely appreciate it. Come on in and make yourself at home. Remember, subscribe if you're not a current subscriber. This week takes me back to one of my favorite places to go, Dollar Tree. You can't beat movies for $1.25, even if it's a DVD, especially if it's a Blu-ray. But before I get into what I picked up at Dollar Tree, as well as my 3D pickup for the week and my classic pick for the week, not only do I collect movies, yes, I'm one of these ridiculous individuals. I actually watch them. Go figure. And on a weekly basis, I like to share with you some of the things that I've watched. And right here, you have Shaka and Shira doing what they do best. Sit and chill. Quite envious of the two. But to kick off the week, I'm going to kick it off with a trilogy. This is a Dollar Tree trilogy. Matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, all the picks today are from Dollar Tree. And I like to be transparent. I like to show the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I'm going to start out with the bad and the ugly. It's a trilogy. The first movie came out in 2014, Lake Fear, directed by Michael Crumb, written by Gerald Crumb. It's supposed to be a comedy horror. It's not very funny. It's not very scary. You have Joshua Winch, Shannon Sneeden, and Taylor Leanne Graham. And it starts off with these four young ladies who go to this haunted cabin. But it's a cabin that the movie really makes no sense. It looks like just thrown together. It looks like they tried to add like aspects of the movie. I believe it's pronounced Suspiria. Movie didn't make any damn sense. It was a shit show. It was not a good movie. Somehow I still went to Lake Fear 2. This came out in 2019. This is directed by Ben Wilder, Sidney Ray, Nicholas Kolosinski, and Peter Pontone. This was actually a little bit better. Matter of fact, it was a lot better than the first one. It actually had somewhat of a much more professional cast. Had a storyline. Nothing monumental though, but you could actually follow the storyline. You have some 20-somethings going off on spring break, and they want to take a trip through the swamps. That's why it's called Lake Fear 2, the swamp. Much better, way better than the first one. Actually interesting. So I said, let's go for broke, and went for Lake Fear 3. This came out in 2018, directed by Michael Crumb, the same director who did you do the first one? He directed the first one. This stars Caitlin E. Newberry, Shannon Sneeden, and it brings back Shannon Sneeden and Joshua Winch. Why, I don't know. And it picks up where the first movie kind of left off, basically in this evil cabin. And again, I don't know if I have the patience to watch it again. Just 1 and 3 really made no sense. It's just kind of like people killing monsters and no storyline behind it though. But that was Lake Fear 2, the swamp, and Lake Fear 3. Now to move on to something much better. This is a 2022 horror movie, Behind You. This is directed and written by Andrew Meechan and Matthew Whedon, starring Addie Miller, Elizabeth Berkner, and Jan Broberg. Don't like to give spoilers away, so I'm not going to give too much details, but it revolves around these two girls because of circumstances. They're forced to live with their estranged aunt, who they've never really met, and the estranged aunt is very strange. And one of the things they notice when they first move into her home is that there's no mirrors in her house, and it's supposed to be a temporary stay. And the story revolves around what happens to them in the house and a little bit about why the aunt is the way she is. Very decent movie, a little suspenseful, decent horror. Get the opportunity, check it out, Behind You. at Dollar Tree. My last pick is a 2018 crime horror thriller called Bad Samaritan. This came out in 2018, directed by Dean Devlin, starring David Tennant, Robert Sheehan, Carrie Condon. Really like this movie. The overall concept is really not that new, but a little different twist. Again, I don't give too much away. It revolves around these two guys. One is an artist, and to support themselves, they are valets. And they have this little side hustle that when they go to park a car, they check the car's GPS to see how close the person's home is to where they are at the restaurant where they valet. And if it's very close, they like to pay them a visit and kind of check out their house and maybe borrow some things. And don't want to get into too much details, but it revolves around one of the things they find when they go to the house. Very good movie, very good suspense, very good twist. Again, not a totally new concept, but a kind of a different twist on an old concept. I believe Hamilton book has its own sale for Blu-ray for like $6. I'm gonna wait till it goes down a little bit more before I pick up the Blu-ray, but DVD, excellent movie. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink of a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. Then you sit back and watch what Shira and Shaka do best. Sit back and chill. We are back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my Dollar Tree pickups here. Some of these I've seen, some of these I have not seen yet. Let me get these out the plastic, get them scanned in, and we'll jump into this in just a moment. Hold on. Going to kick this off with vertical release. Yes, God, yes. Looks like a Catholic school type of comedy, which I can definitely identify with, going to Catholic school from kindergarten to my senior year. Don't know any of the names in here. Holiness and Hormones. Yeah, that's definitely parochial schools. Yes, God, yes. My next pick, I actually watched this. I'm gonna have to watch it again. Very strange movie. I'm not even sure what it was about after watching it. It's an X-rater movie, and she kind of has this weird superpower dealing with electricity. Again, very kind of abstract movie. You have to watch it again.
The Scribbler. Next one, I actually watched this one also, Kate Beckinsale, The Disappointment Room. You might know Kate Beckinsale from the Underworld movies. She looks a lot different. I don't like her with the blonde hair. I like her with the dark hair and the tight black spandex. And I think her nose is different. I don't know, I'm not sure, but she's older than when she did the Underworld, so I know people's faces change, though, and so does plastic surgery. And this is a rogue release. This is a rogue release. The Disappointment Room. Not a bad movie. Next we have Stalked. She looks familiar. Rebecca Rogers, Natalie Buscombe, Lawrence Saunders. Stalked. The hunted has become the hunter. And we've seen these kind of pictures before where the victim goes after her attacker. So I'm assuming this is kind of a revenge movie. And this is an Uncorked release. Uncorked has some pretty decent low-budget films. Mostly horror and suspense. Stalked. Next one, Chloe Grace Moretz. Been watching her since she was a kid. Isabel Huppert. Greta, a riveting nail biter. I've actually seen trailers for this. It looks pretty interesting. Some suspense. I think by the trailer, I think she returns a purse or something, and that's where the story begins. Universal release. Greta. Universal Focus release. Next one, not a bad suspense horror movie, low budget movie. The Resort, another vertical release. Nice, very nice slipcover. Might be getting the DVD at Hamilton Book. I know they have it at Hamilton Book for like $6. Maybe if they drop it a couple dollars, I might pick up the Blu-ray. Good suspense, minor horror movie. The Resort. Get back in your home. Next we have Switched, and we've seen this before, the Freaky Friday, 17 Again, vice versa, where people switch bodies. Has Denise Richards, not aging so greatly. John Snyder, not aging too badly. And I'm not familiar with Maya Horcher and Madeline Byrne, which are these two. And it's a typical switch body. It's a vertical release, but this one has more of a religious overtone to it. Not quite on the Kirk Cameron level, but just a little, treat others how you want to be treated, or walking a mile in another person's shoe. So it doesn't knock you over the head with the religion, though, which I hate, but very interesting. Not a new concept, but just a different twist to it. Vertical. Another movie that I watched, somewhat suspenseful, The Village in the Woods, The Demon Awakes. And this has a very Rosemary's Baby feel to it. Not a bad movie. This is what, is it 4A, 4 Acres? Is that 4 Digital Media? 4 Digital Media, I believe that's what it is. Didn't bring my readers. With a very nice cover. Not a bad movie. Village in the Woods. Another one, Lou Diamond Phillips, kind of I guess at one point he had maybe A-, B status as far as stars when he was doing La Bamba. Is that The Sixth Sign or something like that? Can't remember. He did kind of a suspense. He had his moment in the sun that he quickly reverted back to B and C actor, but very fun, kind of sci-fi channel type of horror. Carney. Very nice slipcover too. Who is this? Vivendi. Vivendi, they do a pretty decent job on the artwork and the slipcovers on their little kind of sci-fi horror movies. Carney, very fun movie. And last one to round out the DVDs. I haven't seen this one. Haphazard, Death by the Sword is seconds away. And I'm guessing this is an Asian action film. Looks like a Green Apple Entertainment, which I'm not familiar with. That's a new one on me, Green Apple. Very nice slipcover. Same artwork on the disc, well, the artwork, and on the disc. Haphazard. I'm gonna watch this afternoon. Let's move on to the Blu-rays. Samson, an action-packed, gripping, biblical epic. Rutger Hauer, Billy Zane, Lindsay Wagner. I wonder if that's the Lizzie Wagner I'm thinking of, the Bionic Woman. Not familiar with Jackson, Rathbone, or Taylor James as Samson. You would think he'd be the first name since it's Samson. This is a Universal release. Blu-ray, DVD. See if the code works. Like my biblical epics, gonna have to be in the mood for that. Samson. Next we have Peter Pan, The Quest for the Never Book. A new adventure awaits. This is Echo Bridge. Yeah, Echo Bridge release. Every now and then you get some decent Echo Bridge movies. I'm not saying that this is one of them, because I haven't seen it yet though, but they do have their day in the sun every now and then. Peter Pan and The Quest for the Never Book. This was a decent movie. I watched this. You had Mila Jovovich from Resident Evil, Pierce Bronson, arguably one of the worst Bonds ever, Robert Forster. He was in that Tarantino movie with Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown, that's from Robert Forster. And of course, the badass, ever so beautiful Angela Bassett from Wakanda Forever and many other movies she's done. But very decent suspense thriller. Survivor. Again, Echo Bridge every now and then comes out with some decent movies with major actors. A lot of other stuff is kind of bullshit though, but you take what you can get. It's only $1.25, so I really can't bitch. Next, this was actually better than I thought it was going to be. Kind of a spoof on those paranormal ghost shows. So, a little cute, very funny. I like the little skit about the brownies on a plate. If you've seen this, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, you don't know what I'm talking about. And when you see it, you probably find it's funny or possibly gross. So, but, and this is a Paramount release. Ghost Team 1. Next, I haven't seen this one. Raul Castillo, George Lopez, El Chicano, Our Streets, Our Fight, Our Hero. I'm guessing this is a Chicano, Latinx, either vigilante or superhero. El Chicano. Por mis hermanos y hermanas que te gustan las películas de Chicanos. That's mi español. That's my Spanish for today. We have The Curse of La Llorona from the producers of The Conjuring. I haven't seen this. I believe this is based on the Latin, I don't know if this is a urban legend. I'm not sure, or I don't know if this is based on a real story. The myth of La Llorona, I believe that's one of those urban myths, not positive. And this is a Warner Brothers release. La Llorona. Next, Mill Creek usually comes up with some really great stuff. And this time they did again, I'm not a big war movie or Vietnam movie, but it's not a bad deal for 4 movies I haven't seen with some major stars. You have Casualties of War with Michael J. Fox, Sean Penn, John Leguizamo. Then you have Birdie, Matthew Modine. Probably know him from Stranger Things now. Nicolas Cage. Then you have Alamo Bay with Ed Harris. Ho Win. I don't know that guy. Then you have Summer Tree with Michael Douglas, Jack Warden, and not familiar with those other guys. So not too bad. 4 movies, $1.25 Blu-ray, so it's not too compressed. 1 movie on each. Not a bad deal. Scars of War, Vietnam 4-movie collection. Next, I guess it's kind of a war thing going on. You have Kate Mara, Megan Levy, based on the true story of a Marine's best friend. My wife loves animal stories. So do I. Very nice slipcover. Got the raised print up here. So you have the Blu-ray DVD. See if the code works. Based on the true life story of a young Marine corporate, Kate Mara, whose unique discipline and bond with the military combat dog saved many lives during the deployment in Iraq. Very cool. I like stories like that. Megan Levy. Like a good Sunday movie to watch. Next we have Last Warrior, Game of Thrones meets Braveheart. Very nice slipcover. Got the shiny raised print here. It's a 4-media film. And very nice work on the Blu-ray. The Last Warrior. And excellent movie. I watched this. Unsane, from the director of Contagion and Side Effects. Haven't seen Side Effects though. Claire Foy, not familiar with her, but does an excellent job in the movie. Don't want to give too much away. Old boy used to be on Saturday Night Live, who does all the impressions. God, I can't think of his name right now. He plays it starts out as a dark comedy, and I'm not sure if it ends like a dark comedy. I'm not sure how to describe it though. Very interesting, very quirky, very good movie. Get the opportunity if you see this at Dollar Tree. I actually saw this at Big Lots also. I think it was like $2.50, $3 at Big Lots, but $1.25 at Dollar Tree. Excellent movie, Unsane. Now let me wrap this up with my classic pick of the week and my 3D pick. Hold on. My 3D pick for the week is Bear. This is a German import in 3D. And I believe I have a bootleg of this. And I was looking for the Blu-ray, and I believe the 3D Blu-ray was actually cheaper than the regular Blu-ray. So, you know how I feel about my Blu-ray. So, went with the Blu-ray. It was like $7 or $8. Bear. And this is his Ascot Elite release or global release. Bear in 3D. And my classic pick for the week, we have a little Denzel doing Shakespeare again, Much Ado About Nothing. Michael Keaton, Keanu Reeves, Emma Thompson, and of course my man, Denzel Washington. Much Ado About Nothing. And this is a Warner Brothers MGM release. Interesting. Interesting. Warner Bros. MGM collaboration. So this is my pickup for the week, my Dollar Tree picks. Give me a moment. Let me separate the plastic from the disc, and I'll get you good people on your way. Hold on. I have almost everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. We have C as in Carney, L as in Lucky Number 7, and Z as in Zoolander. Only thing that didn't scan in is the disappointment room. I had to put that in manually. And let's finish this up. Have everything scanned in, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you hanging in there, watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe. Give me the big thumbs up. Again, subscribe. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone be safe. Deuces.